letting emotions flow. If you grew up as a kid, well, whenever you were expressing your own emotions, you were repressed or being mocked upon, laughed at, judged by others, not necessarily from your family, but even from friends at school. You need to come to realize as you grow up and become an adult that what you've lived and the experience you had were actually very unhealthy, and trying to control them is not the response or the answer that you are looking for, actually. For me, on my personal experience, I learned very early in my age to repress my emotions, and it's now up catching up and bubbling up. Repressing emotion don't make them, go away magically. You actually stuff them within your body, and those emotions are their energies that need to be felt, are actually damaging your body and yourself, and that's how you manifest diseases. Like literally, there are a couple of studies that are actually pointing to that fact. I think it was also Joe Dispenza who speaks about it, about how uh, not feeling your emotions creates imbalances within you, within your body, and you end up, you know, manifesting all of these problems within not only your life, but for yourself and on your body. If you are always angry, but you don't express that anger, your body might repress that stress within, and you might create hormones within you that actually, alters the colors of your skin, your heart rate, your breathing, and you end up not being well. There was, I think, God showed me what the problem was for me through a dream, through a metaphor, obviously. As I could feel like the division that start happening within me, not being able to express my emotion openly, no matter how people might see me expressing my emotion, because it's all stuck energy that needs to be released out there. And for some reason, especially in the Western society, we accepted that, especially for men, I cannot speak for women, but for men, that not expressing your emotions is actually getting strong, being masculine. But you realize, at least that was the realization for me, sorry, growing up, that a lot of men actually compensate for that lack of expression authentically. They live so much into the ego. Um, some of them, not all of them, obviously, but some of them live so much into the ego that they actually damage themselves, but they damage also others. And so they try to be that controlling person who always express anger. For some reason, society deemed it. Fortunately, it is changing, but for so long, society deemed it. It was okay for a man to be violent, to be in anger, to express joy, but not to cry. Even though for everything and any emotion that you have, you need to have balance, and you need to be able to express everything, to just let flow, just like life, to have some type of flow. You don't resist feeling it or feeling everything. You don't judge. You just let it come, it passes, and you let it go. It's essentially like you could picture this, but like a bowel movement. I know it's weird, but if you keep the stuff in, it's not good. So it's the same with the emotion. Truly, do not keep the stuff in. It's important to learn also to regulate your nervous system, because it has an impact on your nervous system, and you never can really get out of survival mode. So that's why a lot of humans in society have unhealthy coping mechanism, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, pornography, you name it. They are said it, probably YouTube will flag it, because now it's even forbidden, obviously, apparently, to have this type of conversation, but we need to have them. We cannot just shy away. What I will probably bounce on another subject of that, about how society accepted widely these coping mechanism, uh, even though they are damaging, and some of them are even more damaging than some of the toughest one, I would say, in our world. Not gonna give the name, but we have, opioid crisis in the West, in the Western world, and this is all to fill in, a deep wound and a deep limiting belief about ourselves that we are afraid to face. So we seek to people tend to seek to the external world to fill in that void within themselves, which leads me to another subject, which is about self-love, self-acceptance. You need to also accept who you are, uh, where you are at on your life, on the journey that we call life. The mistakes of the past, the mistakes about what you might have done to yourself, to others. Truly forgive yourself, forgive others, but it's time to move on. Otherwise, life is gonna pass by you, and you're gonna miss on many great things and opportunities. So yeah, that was my thoughts on letting emotions flow. I know it's a process. It's not easy, obviously. Like, I'm not perfect. I still sometimes revert to my unhealthy ways of doing, but step by step, I'm climbing and inching higher towards a more balanced version of myself. Self-awareness is a good place to start. Being aware of your coping mechanism, or when do you actually stuff and push the emotion away instead of feeling it. Meditation, sitting there, just observing what's happening all around you, the noises, the feelings, the smells, the light, the heat, the thoughts as well, without judging them. That's really important. Journaling. Journaling is also really important, to just let your words, your thoughts simply just let your brain. It's like you're giving space to your brain to vent about anything. Don't put judgment, don't put it through filters, and just let the thought come through, and it will do you a great deal. And I would say, lastly, no, yeah, I think that's pretty much a good place to start. So yeah, that was what I had to say about letting emotions flow and how it actually limits yourself. In another video, in a future video, I'm gonna speak about how your mind detects your reality. So yeah, peace out.